L'homme porte une chemise blanche in blue jean. Hello. Okay. So I don't know much French. I do know a little bit that I learned from Rosetta Stone and a class I never finished at Eastside High. But I will show you how to draw l'homme who portes un blue jean and un blanc chemise blanche. You don't say blanche, you say blanc. French is weird. You say some things and you don't say some things. So, why am I doing this? I just want to show how fast it is to draw. It's really fast. All it takes is a little bit of knowing what the fuck you're doing, and then you're good to go. So we are drawing Homer Simpson, who has a white shirt, and he's also wearing some blue pants, some blue jeans. And I'm drawing with my left hand, so if it takes me a little while to get it, just don't be surprised. I had a pen. I had a whole different computer I was using. Right now I'm using a 2009 MacBook. And it is an old computer, no lie. But I'm making do. Right now I'm testing to see if the Kazam will record for longer than 5 minutes or whatever it does. We'll find out. We certainly will. I will be doing this probably in installments of like 10 minutes, so I need to keep track of time. According to the computer, it's 17:50. I think that means 5. I think 4 is 16 o'clock, so 5:50-ish. Yeah, that line was too short. It needs to be a little longer. It needs to go like that. It needs to do like that. Sometimes that's the scientific basis. Well, let's save this. Porte, my bad. Porte un chemise blanche. I didn't spell that all correctly. That should be un blue jean. I think there should be an E after that blue. Okay, so there we go. Let's continue drawing Homer. Right, this is my left hand, and it's not the easiest to do, but my right hand has been kind of acting up. I did like a lot of drawings, vector drawings in July, and ever since my pen died and I used my mouse for like 5 drawings or 6 drawings, I don't know, it was a lot of drawings. It hurt the shit out of my hand, no lie. Ooh, this isn't going well. Cut it. I'm gonna have to do, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Stylistic interpretations. Stylize it a little bit. Why not? Okay. My left hand is not gathering these angles of these lines very well. The angle, the dangle of the angle, the dangle of the angle, the dangle of the angle. What am I talking about? I don't even know anymore. Why am I doing this? So I want to be a teacher one day. I want to teach how to draw. What I'm doing, exactly what I'm doing now, and I don't know if that's ever gonna happen as a reality, because I have things that fight against me, like my schizophrenia and my bipolarity and my super bad anxiety disorder. I haven't been told. I'm pretty sure I've been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, but I have really bad anxiety. Like, really bad anxiety. Like, it came out of nowhere, too. So, I have no idea how long I've been recording. But I'm going to keep recording. Hopefully. You know what? Actually, I'm going to stop recording and start this again. Okay. Now I'm recording my second recording. You will not know the difference. I'm just drawing Homer. I'm questioning whether I should put shadows in this. Shading. Whatever. I don't think I want to. I think I want this to be a super basic vector drawing. But just kind of showing you what you go through, what you do, what you don't do. You know, and talking about absolutely nothing worthwhile all the meanwhile. You know? Because that's just like how I do, you know? It's just how I do. You know? Like what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Oh no, Bernie. Bernie is this cat that we... Oh, chingado! My Arizona just went flying. And if I cared enough to fix that, I would. But this is what Bernie does. Bernie brings terror in my life. No, Bernie. You already spelled my Arizona, and it's seeping into my carpet that I do not give a fuck about. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. Ugh. What a nightmare. Bernie walked away. Bernie got a hint and a half that this is not the time to be messing with me. No, he's coming back for more. Oh, Bernie. Bernie boy. You're driving me insane, hun. Okay, so you want to hold down shift whenever you're... Oh, here comes Bernie. Here comes Bernie. All that noise, that was a Bernie. That was a Bernie falling. So shift, I think you have to hold down the shift before you start drawing. Otherwise it doesn't work. Not on Flash anyway. It doesn't work that way on Animate, but... Why am I not using Animate? I'm poor. I'm poor, I mean I don't want to waste money on something like Animate. You know? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do some Control C here. Control Shift V. And I'm going to paste. Oof, oof, oof. Slowest responsive computer. You move this little circle in the middle to the corner. And then you hold down that shift. And there you can scale it. And what I love about Flash is you don't have to redraw things. You just edit what you want and edit what you don't. So I'm Control A-ing there, Control X, and then Control Shift V. And then I have everything on the same layer. Now I'm going to Control S it. And this is what I got so far. Let's draw more of Homer. Okay. Bernie ruined my life. Arizona seeped into my carpet. I did not clean it. Every time I call his name, he knows his name. And he comes over here. So I need to stop saying his name. He's getting the wrong idea. As everyone does, I suppose, right? Right. It is officially 6 o'clock on my watch. My watch is ahead of time. Okay. So then N for a new line. V to move that line. And we're going to scroll. Here we have this hair shit. I think I'm going to want to use a new layer for that. So that it doesn't all get fucked together. So you go into this layer, left hand. And then you create what you think you're going to need. V to move. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to Control A, and then Control X, Control Shift V, and then I'm going to save. I'm going to work on this next little loop of hair to Homer Cast. And then after, once it becomes 18 o'clock on this computer, I'm going to start a new video. So, nothing happens. Talk to me, tell me where you were late last night. Late last night. Last night. The line was way too long. Let's see if we can fix it. Move this around. Press E. Shorten it. And then I'm gonna create this loop at, yeah. That line is way out of center. Ooh, my shift held there. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I'm not liking any of this. Okay. So I'm having some trouble with my right hand. And, okay. And then I'm going to create this, and then I'm going to end this video and start my next one. Because it's so hard to deal with all that footage. Okay, now that I've stopped recording, I can see some things I want to fix. Like that. I guess that's the only thing I wanted to fix. Oh, and then I gotta add a line here. So I'm gonna Control A, Control X to cut, Control Shift V to paste all in place, and then I'm gonna go in this first layer, or the third layer as it's called, and then I'm gonna move that. That looks like a weird angle. I don't like that. Okay, that looks better. So let's see what we got. I think, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna do some shadows for Homer. This is what our Homer looks like. He looks like the outlines of Homer, but he doesn't look like the Homer I know. So we're gonna fix one thing I see by Control A, Control X, Control Shift V. Now it's all in the same layer. Control S to save. And I'm gonna create those eyes because those bleak little balls are those empty little balls. Empty little balls. Empty little balls. Okay, so then Control C to copy, Control Shift V to paste in place. And then if you hold Shift down while you move the arrow keys, you can get it to move real fast. Even on Ubuntu. I love how well Wine works. Wine is the operating, that's what mimics the Windows, because this is obviously not a Windows computer. I'm on Ubuntu. I'm an Ubuntu fan. I had a professor once say, what's the best computer, Mac or PC? And I said, Linux. And he's like, you can't do graphics on a Linux computer. Oh, but I do, as you can see. This is an Ubuntu computer, baby, and I'm using Macromedia Flash 8 for a reason. Because I can run this shit real well. This is an old-ass program, and Wine works wonderfully. Wine literally stands for Wine is not an emulator. Isn't that funny? It's like redundant. It's like a, what is it called? It's recursive. Wine is not an emulator. Wine is not an emulator. Wine is not an emulator. It is not an emulator, but damn, does it work just as well as one. So yeah, I am not using Windows 2000 and, I was about to say 2003 when I meant XP. But there was apparently a Windows 2003. I didn't even know that until recently. You learn, you live, you learn, you live, you learn. Right? Am I right? What am I talking about? I have no idea. So we have some of that shirt filled out now. And now he has those scary little eyes. I'm going to change the color of this so that we can see the eyeball color. There we go. And it looks like, you know, I'm thinking I might add some shadow because Homer Simpson looks kind of boring without some shadows. I'm going to end this video, create a new one. You know my drill. Hello, I see you are still here for more of my shit. For more of my shit. I always wonder that because I know when I create content, like I know how much I check my own content, but I always do wonder how if people ever go on my website, because I pay a fuck ton of money for that website once a year. I always wonder if people check out my website and stuff. And, you know, I could do Google Analytics and track who's on my page and for what, how long are they on my page and what are they doing on my page. But I kind of feel like that's an invasion of privacy, so I choose not to do that. I know that's weird, but that's how I feel about it as a web designer, graphic designer, whatever the fuck I am. My rickety dickety, my rickety table is making signs that it's going to go under. But I had an Alienware computer that I was using, and I had the Adobe Creative Cloud, and it was great and all. But man, I don't like Windows computers. I don't like Mac either. Like I said, I'm a Linux girl through and through. Throughout the years, for the most part, I've been using Linux computers. Some of my older art from 2016, which is like the basis of all my good art. I think my 2016 art is probably some of my best art. But it was all done on Ubuntu, like I'm doing now, you know? So, kind of shows you don't need a Windows machine, you don't need a Mac machine, you just need something that can run your favorite graphic design software. In my case, vector design. Yes, I'm doing vector on a animation software. I do not do animations as clearly notated. Notated, yes, Michelle, notated. As clearly notated by my lovely, what's it called? A lovely account. A lovely Instagram and TikTok and whatnot. And website. But yeah, I really love this software. I think it's really easy to use. And once you know what you're doing, it's really easy to turn old or rasterized memes into like beautiful vectors. And it's really satisfying to watch something go from, you know, pixelated mess to beautiful vectors. I love it. It's an art form. It's soothing. It's meditation almost. That's why I can just kind of ramble about whatever the fuck I'm rambling about and draw. I mean, sure, I can edit out all this rambling, but aren't you missing out on the beauty? Oh, if anyone's wondering, so what software am I using to record? There's this wonderful software called Kazam for Ubuntu and Linux-based computers. It's free, and if you can't tell, it records beautifully. I'm going to move this line because it's a little lower than I want it to be. I'm going to move it like right there. And then I'm going to draw the rest of his arm. Like right there. And then I'm going to curve that. Like right there. Let's Control S and zoom out and see what we've got so far. So, okay, so we've got a Homer. He looks happy. Les hommes portent une chemise blanche et un blue jean. He is certainly wearing that blue jean and white shirt. So, okay, this is the easy part, you know? You just gotta get the lines. There's some person who probably did this on Flash, too. So it's always interesting drawing what other people draw and being able to replicate that. And then never getting any credit because it's just tracing. You know, honestly, people have to say, like, tracing is an art, but if tracing is an art, then why is Illustrator money, honey? That's all tracing to me. And tracing makes you actually really good at art. I can actually draw, believe it or not, and I can draw because I traced on Flash. Here comes Bernie for round 2. Bernie, please don't start your shit. I still haven't cleaned that Arizona on my carpet next to my foot because I'm drawing. It's a problem. It's a problem, you see. And you have to go on a journey to get rid of it, you see. Okay, I'm going to Control S. I'm going to stop Bernie from heading over here. I'm going to move this layer below this one. I'm going to Control S this again. And then I'm going to draw everything I don't want to draw. So, this is the beauty of Flash. Here we have this line. It's obviously a continuous line, but it's been edited for erased. I just hit the E button. Bada bing, bada boom. Done. Now on Illustrator, that would have had to been 2 lines unless you can erase a partial part of a line, but I don't know if Illustrator can do that. Illustrator's kind of weird. The pen tool is kind of weird. The pen tool also exists if you can't tell. It doesn't exist on here? Yes, it should. You just hit P and you have the pen tool. But I don't use the pen tool. The pen tool is shit. Oh, I'm going to end this video. Start a new one. You know the drill. Bernie's annoying me. My beautiful Betsy Boo is here, but my annoying little Bernie Boo is also here. And I'm hoping they will distract each other and let me draw. But Bernie loves to bother me while I am doing my art. Even during Zoom classes. Boom. Boom. Bernie likes to bother me. I don't know where that boom came from. That's weird. Boom boy. Boomer boy. Boomers. Oh, there's my phone. I should check it. Oh, it's a text. But I will not check it. Okay. Drawing this shoe kind of badly, no lie. But not everything needs to be perfect, you know? This is just what I do, I guess. So let's draw that. Let's draw that. Let's add this little curve. I want to move this shoe line a little bit. I'm going to zoom in. Sometimes that's the answer to things. And ooh, that zoom in kind of helped me see the ugliness of this line. Let's hope it's fixed. Okay. So, how the fuck do you zoom into this one part? There we go. Come on. Add this line over here. This line. No, cancel that. Control S. Zoom out. It still looks pretty ratchet. So, I'm going to add a little curve to it. Maybe move it back a little bit. Maybe remove some of this little curve. And then I'm going to add a line here. Now it adds some depth. Okay. Let's see what we've got to work with. Here we got the same part of shoe. I'm going to control S that. I'm going to create this line right here. I'm going to move it with the V tool. Move. Move. And then I'm going to create a line here with my left hand. So it's going to take a little time. And then I'm going to move it. And then I'm going to create another line. So sometimes when you want to get a curve like this, you don't draw it immediately because you already have a pre-existing line. That's going to make it kind of hellish to move. So what you do is you create a curve and then you add the line where you move it at the last moment. I'm trying to see if everything here lines up okay. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to move this line a little bit so it's a little bit downer. Is that a word? A little bit downer in that context? Does that make sense? We're going to move this so it's also a little bit downer. It's going to be Debbie Downer. Then we're going to add this line here, this line here, this line here. This line can move like that, this line like that, and this like that. And you may tell me, Michelle, wow, this is going to look real ugly. How are you going to make this not look like shit? I will show you, little girl, how to count to 55. So then you move this, and then you move this a little bit like that. You move this, and maybe we add some depth. Maybe we curve it a little bit so it matches the other one. And now we got some wonderfully matching shoes. Perfect. Now the last bit. It seems like I've drawn everything but his left hand. I'm sorry, right hand. Stage left. Let me put pause on this video because I hear someone talking and I don't want anyone to interrupt us. Final part. Okay. So we have stage left, right hand, right arm, right ligament. Would it be ligaments? I don't even know. Right extremity. Upper extremity. So we I don't think it'd be ligament. I don't think that's I meant limb. Ligament is like I want to say, oh, it's been a long time since I've taken new biology. I don't know. It's been years. It's been a decade. Forgive me. Okay. So, we are going to move this line down. And then we're going to move it inward. Then it just happened to create a little curve, which I love because I don't then have to create a curve. I don't even know how that curve happened, but sometimes it's best not to ask questions. And I'm going to move this line a little bit up so there's an intersection between that line and that line. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about Flash as well. Intersections between lines creates shapes, and you're working with shapes. It's not just lines, it's shapes as well. You don't have, oh, see, there's this terrible shortcut I just did there. And sometimes you just need to draw a line. Sometimes you can just erase a line and create a curve. So it doesn't look good so far. We want to create some, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. Okay. We're almost done. Just gotta finish. This is kind of how curves are made. If you can't tell, I don't have to really tell you that, but I'm Captain Obvious sometimes, aren't I? Okay, we're gonna create a line here. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we're gonna create another line, and I'm not gonna just try to move thin space. What's thin space? I don't know. It's really hard to talk and think and talk and think and do and think and talk. Is that not obvious? Okay, so I'm going to move that. Create a little curve. N for new line. V for move. And that looks okay to me. And then I need this line in here. I think the details of the shadow were added via Photoshop, because a lot of this looks like brushwork. It looks too rasterized to be brushwork on the. Not to say there's not a brush on Macromedia, but it's not the same. It doesn't work the same. It's unfortunately, I was taking a animation class, and the guy kind of taught it all based off like brushwork and like drawing every frame, and I was really sad because I thought maybe we were going to get into bone rigging kind of like he did for his 3D animation class, which I also failed. Except for I passed that. I didn't pass it. I failed that class with a D. I guess that's passing in some places, but that was only because I really put my heart out into his animation assignments. Whereas people don't all know Macromedia like I do. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get to the final part for the coloring. Let's do this. Okay, ending now. My favorite thing about Macromedia is, and by Macromedia I mean Flash, is how easy it is to color. First, I'm going to change all the lines to black by just doing this, but you could have changed it with this and this. I just wanted it to be quick. Then, I know that the only thing I have filled in is the eyes, so I'm going to make those eyes black by changing the fill. Now, in order to fill the color, you just got to hope that your polygons are all meeting each other and those lines are intersecting, because if they're not, this is going to look like shit. We're going to add some color to the background so we know what we're filling. And I'm going to turn it, that was supposed to be red, my dear. Okay, red. So first, K for the paint tool, or you can use the paint bucket tool there. So I'm filling it, filling it. Ooh, see, that's a problem with a non-closing polygon. That line is closing. The easy way to fix that is by changing, the thing to only close certain ways. But it can become kind of nasty to do that because it will stop filling in polygons at the edges as well. So you might want to change that when you can to don't close gaps. I'm going to choose, as you can tell, this is one issue with wine and Macromedia Flash. It doesn't pick up the color well. So I'm just going to choose the color I want to mostly resemble that. And that's fine. I can live with that. Filling him in. And let's see, I'm going to copy this white. It's only going to copy white anyway, but I'm going to copy it with the eye tool. Is the eyedropper tool, and you can pick out colors. It works on colors already filled out. So this color right here will be already filled out, and I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to fill in this. It will not work for that. I'm going to have to fill that in via just kind of choosing a color that resembles that mostly. You can choose more colors than this, but I like to use the basic palette because I'm just lazy. But here's some range if I want to make him his little brown beard stuff. There we go. I'm going to choose that color. And for the blue, I'm just going to choose a blue. Ooh, wrong thing. Blue. I like these blues. I like this blue a lot. I'm just going to choose this. Paint his pants blue. Okay, we're seeing a problem right here. I didn't fill this all the way, and then there's some eye stuff to take out. Eye to copy this color. And then painting it in between the eyes, and we're going to zoom out. Oh, we just need to choose a gray for these shoes. Perfect. And I'm going to add more of a curve to this if I can. There we go. Okay. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty damn good if you ask me. Le on porte une chemise blanche et un blue jean. Now let's take out this back layer, the template if you will. And that's what we got. We got Homer Simpson, baby. I don't know how long this took, but as you can see, Flash isn't that scary. If you want to make the lines a little thicker, that makes a lot of sense. But it's a pretty small image right now, so we might want to keep it. Oof, this is scary. This is a 5, okay? On a 550. I don't know what's the dimensions of this document, but it's not good. So we're going to change it to 3.33, my favorite number. And it just changed it to 3.3. Still too thick, so maybe 2.5. Let's see how that looks. It looks better. Now, Control A to copy. Ooh, I want that with a V tool. Control A to copy, and then we're going to convert it to a symbol. This works exactly the same on Animate, by the way. So you could do everything I did on Animate, but yeah, here we go. We have le importing le blue jean and une chemise blanche, and it looks great. We did it. Homer Simpson, thank you so much.